What is up, guys? MattWic here. We are back, NHL 25, testing the draft. And before we get into the 2029-2030 draft, Marc-Andre Fleury, the legend, has finally retired at the age of 44 down there with the Colorado Eagles, where they won the AHL trophy. So they won in the playoffs. So Marc-Andre Fleury goes out on top. Let's see what his final overall was. 75 overall. A unreal career for Marc-Andre Fleury, the Flower. So let's see. 26 assists. Never got that goal. Oh, geez. Oh, man. So great career. Have you guys ever seen, like I said, 44 is pretty old for somebody to stick around till. Have you guys ever seen somebody stick around older than that, or is that kind of the max of the age that they're allowed to stick around till? But great career for Marc-Andre Fleury. Happy to see him stick around that long. Let's see, anybody else go out big time? I think Sidney Crosby's still kicking around, so he's one of the last few Penguins still left. I think Malkin and Letang already retired in the same year, so he's still hanging on there. Jordan Staal even goes out as well. So a couple former Pittsburgh Penguins, big names, retiring here in 2029. All right, and with that, we are going to get into the NHL entry draft here in 2029. And boys, we have a chance to make a massive splash here in this latter half of the first and early second round. We do have a Calgary second overall pick there, and I want to try to acquire one of these other picks here as well, just because there are a couple studs that I'm keeping my eye on that you'll see once we get back to our pick. But let me try to make that trade real quick. I'll bring you guys right back in a second. All right, so trades are all done. We moved up. We did give up a little bit of draft capital, but it wasn't anything that I'm too torn up about, especially, like I said, once you guys see who I get. We have the 32nd, the 33rd, and the second round pick, or the second pick in the second round as well. So we should be set up very nicely to get the players that we want. So let's go ahead and take a look at this top 10, see what this draft looks like, if there's any absolute studs that come out of the top, which I don't think they will. I think they'll be all around this 81 overall. A defensive defenseman there first. Tough pick just because you know they'll never put up big points. The Slovak here, Sivan, gets taken second overall by the Buffalo Sabres, so they finally add some offensive potential to that defensively stacked team. Esteban Darling, another defensive defenseman. So this is the second straight year we've seen defensive defensemen come out of these drafts like crazy. Holmberg here, another defensive defenseman, comes out of the draft. Let's see, will the Washington Capitals make a big move here? Ruslan Tutin, another defensive defenseman. So these last 2 years, if you want a defensive defenseman, this was your year, which I kind of feel bad for these teams because, like I said, defensive defensemen never seem to produce. One thing I will say that's pretty nice now is that you can try to change a player's play style. So if you have a defensive defenseman and you want to get him more of a two-way or an offensive defenseman, if you train up some of his offensive stats, you can get a more likely chance to switch him over. Daniel Lowe, 65, going over there. He's a low overall. Excuse me. Choking on my own spit. So it looks like we're going to see the forward start coming out. 2 low overall picks there. Let's see if the Utah Hockey Club can get a big pick, and they can. Maurice Baron, which would have been a nice guy to have on our team up here in Quebec, but he goes down to Utah. 6'4", 215 at 17 years old. Jesus Christ, this guy is a beast. He's going to be a nice power forward there for Utah. Larry Swift, which is a great name, 66 overall, and a sniper too. So let's see, San Jose got themselves a good one. And then McKinley goes there to Minnesota, 5'9", 17 years old, playmaker. Decent stats. We'll see what he ever turns out to be. Let's go ahead and skip back to our pick real quick and then take a look at some of these guys that got drafted. Ooh, Boynton. This wasn't one of the guys on my list, but it was someone I was aware could be decent. He comes out as a low elite there at the end of the round, but it looks like if my scouting is correct, the end of the first round and the early second round should be absolutely loaded with players. So let's see, any high overalls that I missed here? Looks like a bunch of 65, medium, top 6, top 4 guys, so nothing too special. Not seeing anybody there. Okay, and we're back to the top 10. So let's go ahead and make our picks. There's 2 defensemen that I want to grab. Quentin Bruce and Caden McCarron. Sound it out, Matt. Caden McCarron. Geez, that's as good as it's going to get, boys. We do also have Connor Eberle here, who is a low elite potential, but we do also have some other guys back here who look pretty good. Rene Gaudreau is a guy I'm looking at just because of the QMJHL tie, and he has a nose for the net. Decent skill assessment there, 2 years it says, so we'll see if if he falls to us, or maybe the low elite falls to us as well. But we definitely want to take these two guys with these first 2 picks, get them into our system, because like I was saying in the last draft, we need defensive prospects. I know we have a stacked defense right now, but it is going to be big for us to get those players that once those contracts are up now, we have guys that are ready to fill in and quick, and even maybe fill in for those 2 spots with Broberg and I'm trying to think who else, maybe Romanov. I think his contract's up soon, so got to find a spot to get filled there. So Quentin Bruce, 6'4", 200 pounds. Great skill assessment. Says he's 1 year away, which is fine. We don't need him immediately. We already have our defense set. Get on my team. Let's see what he comes out to be. 73 overall, medium top 4. I'm very happy with that, especially what you saw there in the top of the round. And he's a 2-way defender, which is even more awesome. At 6'4", this guy should have a booming slap shot, hopefully sooner rather than later. And then at this next pick, we're going to go ahead and take the other defenseman with the last name that I struggle with. So let's go ahead and get him on the team. Caden, welcome to the team. Right D, right shot, lefty and righty, so maybe someday they'll be playing on a line together. We will see. What did he come out to be? 74 overall, medium top 4. So we get 2 absolute stud defensemen that could play in a pairing in the AHL day 1, which is going to be very nice. He has good stats, 2-way defender as well. So I kind of like this more than if we would have had one of those top picks in the draft, getting one of those top-end medium elite defensive defensemen, because these guys are going to have at least a chance to put up some decent points throughout their career. And it's with Caden here, he already has great defensive stats, so we can start immediately focusing on that offensive awareness. Maybe that physicality a little bit needs some upgrading. His skating, to me, is already pretty good for a defenseman. And then maybe the puck skills as well. We can get him being a power play quarterback back there on the right side, but a very nice investment in our future there. And let's see who we're going to get at this next pick. Okay, so the low elite did unfortunately go here to the Flyers. God damn it. So that is off the board for us there. We were always running the risk there. I didn't want to make too many trades to get guys around, but let's see who we want to take now. We have Cade Martins, Kozkanov, Solomon Ferguson. See, all these guys look half decent, but I think I'm going to go, the deciding factor is going to be Gaudreau there with those QMJHL ties, just because we need to start getting some of those guys into the team. Do we have a Jemmy right here? Vasily Bobkov, okay. 2 years, 1 bar low elite, but no, I'm just going to go for it. We need these guys in the team. There's a reason I'm scouting the Q so heavily, and it's to find guys like this. No weaknesses. Center, 18 years old. They're saying he's a power forward. He's got decent enough size, and it's confirmed, so he should come out to be that. Let's see if he comes out to be elite, though. Please. Okay, medium top 6, 65 overall. Not a terrible overall to start with. He'll probably be playing back in the queue for a couple years, and then we'll see him up once he turns 20 years old to play in the AHL. But 5 overall to grow really isn't that daunting now with the new systems that have been added into the game. But I think we don't have a pick now for the rest of the second round. Let me just double check, because I made that mistake in one draft. So I don't want to miss out on any potential picks we might have. So let's go back through and see. Ooh, Cade Martins. It's okay, though. We didn't need another defenseman, so I'm not too unhappy about that, although it would have been nice, and it kind of sucks to see 2 low elite players picked right before and after me, but I'm happy with our boy Gaudreau there. Let's see what the rest of this came out as. But like I said, guys, that skill assessment is huge whenever you're scouting, because like I said, the back end of the early second round looks better than the middle of the first round, at least in my opinion. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments down below. But I'm very happy with our 3 picks there. Bobkov was a low elite. Damn. And a sniper too. Oh, that's a great pick. 65 overall. Wow, Columbus. 3 picks back-to-back here in the back-to-back-to-back in the second round. They got some good talent there too. So building for the future, that is for sure. Also getting up after this, I'm going to start up our Calgary franchise. Just get an in-depth look at the team, maybe do 2 years of simulation, because I don't expect us to be good for a while. But let's see, we should have, I don't know if we have our 3rd round pick, or did I trade that away? No, we do have our 3rd round pick here, so let's go ahead and sim back to that pick, and let's call a timeout as well, just so we can take a look at this 3rd round. Toronto gets themselves a hell of a player there, 66 overall, Grayson Dainton. Good overall, especially when a 55 overall is picked right before him. How old was that guy? 20 years of age? Okay, maybe not as good of a pick. as I thought before. Bannister, which seems to be a very popular name right now in this franchise mode. Pavelski back to the San Jose Sharks. Good to see you there. So they get to take the jersey down from the rafters. Maybe he can wear it. Manny Pavelski comes in there, a long-lost son. Medium elite forward there for the Chicago Blackhawks. What a steal that is. Holy crap. 6'5", 197, medium elite two-way forward. Oof. He's going to be a problem in the future. So Chicago, look out for them. They are already making waves, and they're going to make some more with Connor Bedard on that team. So let's see anybody else. What's this guy? Julian Bolt. Cool last name. Anybody else here? I don't see anybody that's like too crazy. So let's go ahead and make our pick now. Let's see. We know there's some elites still hanging around here. So let's see if we can find one of them. We have another defenseman here. Only one bar elite. Let's see. Any guys have a low NHL ETA that's confirmed? This guy's 3 years. 19 years of age. Damian Goring. What's his potential, though? Medium top 6. Defensive defenseman, maybe. 3 years, though, so he's a higher overall. We know that for sure. Anybody else here? 3 years that looks interesting. Matthias Zabinajad. 3 years for Lou Blacker, but he's 20 years of age, so that's not really too interesting. We want that like 3 years, but he's 17, because that means he's going to come out to be an absolute beast. Jesus Christ, Emiliano Belfour, 6'6", 225. Holy shit, this guy's a dog. He is also medium elite 2-bar, but I don't think that's going to be too accurate there. Let's see. Let me just see. Any of these guys look interesting, or do I just grab that massive defenseman? Jesse Burgundy. 1-bar X Factor. He's got good size too. 6'5", 210, and he's only 18 years of age. 4 years confirmed for him, and he's out of the Erie Otters, which is right up the road from me. So let's go ahead. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and take Jesse Burgundy here for the size, for the youth. Low top 6, not the best. We'll see what the other guy comes out to be. But he's got 2 years more to develop. He's almost 60 overall, so I think he can get 10 overall in 2 years. But we are definitely stacking up on the defensive side of the puck, which I like to see, especially going so heavy in offense in the first couple of years and seeing what our AHL team has done. Jaden Keene here, 19 years of age, 59 overall, but medium top 4, so might be a better pick. Our guy does have some more years to develop, though. Let's see, 4th round pick. That's what another thing too. I wasn't too torn up about trading away some of our picks here in drafts, just because now we have so many dudes that we're going to have to sign over the next couple years that it's kind of worth to get more of that quality now over quantity now that we've hit some picks in the previous draft. So let's go ahead and sim back to the 5th round there, and let's see any medium elites come out here in the 4th. Any studs? This is when we start seeing those goalies come out in the simulation. So let's see, 57 overall, Sawatsky. Blacker, there's this guy, Lou Blacker, 61 overall playmaker, not an elite. Emmerich, there's a goalie there, Dennis Emmerich, 17 years of age, so good to see there. We already have our goalie of the future, though. Emiliano Belfour goes to the Chicago Blackhawks, medium top 6, 60 overall. So like I said, with our pick, he's 59. I think he's, 18? So he'll easily surpass that by the time he's 20. So I am very happy with that pick now, and I didn't get baited into taking the Giant. But nothing else too crazy in that draft. Do we have a 5th round pick? Like I said, I got rid of a lot of picks there to move up. A lot of later round picks, so we might not. Yeah, we do not. So let's go ahead, sim back to the next round and see what we have in that 5th round. Come on, I see an enforcer here. What's his fighting stat? Only at 80 strength, and his fighting skills only 76. Not much of an enforcer. What size? 6'3", 219? Not bad. Zanata is kind of a cool name as well, so we'll see if he becomes a problem down the road. 66 overall here, 20 years of age, though, but not bad for the Buffalo Sabres. We got Vince Bird, Larry Bird's cousin. Anybody else? Wellwood, Nittinen, Pensick. What else do we have here? Nothing really looking like. I'm trying to look at these overalls too, because in one of the last videos I missed a high overall later in one of the drafts that was pointed out to me in the comments, which I always do appreciate. If you see something that I missed, definitely let me know, because I always like going back and looking through the contracts and seeing those guys, because skipping through this, trying to look at the elites, the potentials, and the overalls, sometimes, you know, we all make mistakes. We're all humans. We all miss one, but I appreciate you guys looking out for me and keeping an eye on it. 81 strength, 76. Come on, man. Hogan. That's a good name though for a fighter, so he'll sell a lot of jerseys. Anybody else? Come on, man. Where's those low elites? I thought I had a bunch of them. That's the one thing, too, is we get this scouting, and there's like 30 or 40 guys that are 2-bar medium, 2-bar low elites. And it's like, Jesus Christ. Let's see this guy. Had him pinned for a reason. Jeffrey Gabo. Might just be because he has a cool last name. 2-bar medium starter, so he could be an elite. But let's see, and this is kind of what I'm talking about, is all these guys. Oh, it looks like a lot of them already got drafted, though, so I guess it saves me a little bit of time there. Anybody else? Bobby Terry, that's a good name. Dawson McFarland. I might go with that Gabo boy. I like the name. It says low top 6 here, 5 years, no. Anybody else? We got low elite here, Marcus Allman. 5 years, nothing. No, 17 years of age, though. Another Gabo, his French brother, Lou Gabo. So we could see if we can maybe get both of them on the team. Or if he goes to a rival, that would be pretty interesting. Have the brothers go against each other. We've seen that in the NHL. Anybody else? No, I think I'm going to go with our goalie. 2-bar medium starter. Let's hope he comes out as a medium low elite. Jeffrey Gabo, get on my team. Backup. 60 overall, though. Well, how old was he? 19. Okay, not terrible. Add some more goalie depth. We only had, I think, 3 or 4. Or no, we had 4, I think, just signed. And then we have the low elite or medium elite who is potential. So we'll see what he comes out to be. So let's see. Round 7. We should have one more pick left. Yes, we do. Let's see. Sim options. We'll sim to our next pick. Call a timeout and see what we have here for the last half of the 7th round. Any Patrick Hornqvists, any studs coming out here late? 53 grinder, low elite. Ooh, Caleb Atkinson. Thought it was going to be Cam Atkinson there. We're going to get a regen, but nice. 18 years old, 51 overall, low elite. Another low elite. Edgar Lop. Taking their offensive defenseman. Ooh, not a bad pick there. Winnipeg for the 7th round. No. Oh my God. Of course, the 1 year I get rid of all my late picks, and this is when we start seeing these guys come off the board. Another offensive defenseman. So the 1st round is stacked with defensive defensemen who are medium elites. The 7th round is stacked with offensive defensemen who are low elites. 17 years of age too for this guy. What was his overall? 52 overall for the Washington Capitals. He is going to be a problem down the road, so we'll see what he becomes there. There's the other Gabo, Lou Gabo. Nothing too special there. Goes to the Montreal Canadiens. Any other enforcers or low elites? Looks like a bottom 6. A lot of bottom 6. Medium backup. 51 overall there. So let's see what we have here. I don't know. EA Connect pop up down there at the bottom. Hopefully that goes away. We got Hunter Ramirez here. 6'3", playing in the queue. 5 years away. Let's see. Let's go ahead and maybe sort by potential and look through some of these ETAs real quick and see if anybody has anything low come out as a high overall here in the late draft. Normally, if there is a high overall, he goes in the middle or early round. There was a 3-year, 20 years of age, Oleg Grigorenko. I had him pinned already, and he's a low top 9. Okay, interesting. So he should come out as like a mid 60, which might not be a bad pick. And to have that overall kind of confirmed too would be kind of nice. But let's see, anybody else come off? A lot of 5 years. Marshall Walsh, can't go any further. Now let's keep going. 3 years, but not confirmed like the other guy is. He's 19 years though, so he's probably a 5 or 4 year anyway. Another 3 year, but not confirmed. I doubt we're going to see any more guys with confirmed ETAs. That'd be less than 5 years. We got 4 there, a couple 5s, but yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Where's our boy at? Oleg Grigorenko. We know he's going to be we're not 100% sure on that low top 9. Probably going to come out to be a bottom 6, but 7th round, let's take a chance and see what we get here. 62 overall, and just like I said, bottom 6 grinder. Okay, so not the worst pick. He comes out as a bit of a higher overall, which is nice, especially for being a little bit older. But in the 7th round, maybe all those elites are already taken. If they're not, I'll snatch them up in free agency. But let's see Edmonton Oilers here with the very last pick. 60 overall, low top 9. Not a bad pick there. But guys, that's going to be in this one. Hope you enjoyed a very stacked 1st round and 2nd round for us. So hopefully that makes a big impact in the future of our franchise. Like I said, going to get the Calgary Dynasty starting up here shortly. But guys, that's the end of this one. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more gaming content. Peace.